But I think what this shows is workplaces are different. And instead of doing an economy-wide vaccine or testing mandate for all purposes, OSHA needed to at least consider, as it identified, there are certain instances where healthcare workers and otherwise, in those industries where there's a heightened risk, that's where there's a workplace occupational.
I want to ask a provisional question. Are you still really asking this court now, today? I mean, I assume your arguments you have good arguments in your brief, and so does the government. So I'll assume for the sake of argument that they're both fairly good arguments, okay?
Thank you.
Right. Now, that's an assumption. Right. But make that assumption with me. Are you still asking us to issue a stay and stop this from taking effect? Like issue a stay today or tomorrow or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday? I mean, the reason I ask that is there are several elements. We have some discretion there. And you know it was brought up. I mean, there are 750,000 new cases yesterday. New cases. Nearly 750,000, 700 and some odd thousand, okay? That's 10 times as many as when OSHA put this rule in. The hospitals are yesterday, full, almost to the point of the maximum they've ever been in this disease. Okay? And you heard references, studies. I mean, they vary, but some of them say that the hospitalization is 90% or maybe 60% or maybe 80%, but a big percent filled up yesterday or the day before with people who were not vaccinated. Okay? So that's what we're talking about now. And think of the stay requirements. It's both the balance of harms, it's also public interest. Can you ask us, or is that what you're doing now, to say it's in the public interest in this situation to stop this vaccination rule with nearly 1 million people? Let me not exaggerate, nearly 750,000 people. New cases every day? I mean, to me, I would find that unbelievable.
Justice Breyer, we are asking for a stay before enforcement takes effect Monday. And the reason for that is this is an unprecedented agency action.
Yeah, I know you have all good arguments that it isn't good. They have arguments that it is good. Okay, I'm asking you a different question. And the question is, how can it conceivably be in the public interest with 750,000 people yesterday, goodness knows how many today? I don't want to repeat myself, but you have the hospitalization figures growing by factors of 10 times what it was. You have hospitalization at the record, near the record. You understand the things as well as so I repeat my question. To me, it's unbelievable, but I want to hear what you say. How can it be in the public interest, which is a requirement? How can it be a balance of harms in this case? Assuming the arguments aren't off the wall on the government side, and believe me, they're not. Okay, that's what I want to hear the answer to.
Justice Breyer, states can act, private businesses have acted on historic levels. This is going to cause a massive economic shift in the country, billions upon billions of non-recoverable costs. Testing also is not frequently available. This is in our appendix at page 374. Among those employers who have attempted to do so, only 28% are able to find adequate providers to ensure that weekly testing is available for the employees. If Congress intended to give an occupational health agency the power to mandate vaccines across the country, it needed to do so clearly. States can do it, businesses have done it and are able to do it. The question is not what is this country going to do about COVID, it's who gets to decide that.
Well, Mr. Keller,
maybe it's point we can go with justice by justice. Justice Thomas, anything further? No. Justice Gorsuch?